Along game. Go along, get 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 along game. My mama's cooking. Go along, get along game. My mama's cooking. Go along, get along game. Go along, get along. Go along, get along. Go along, stay with me, class. Get along. Go along, get along. Go along, get along. Go along, get along. Go along, get along. Stay with me, class. Go along, get along. 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 My mama's cooking. Go along, get along. My mama's cooking. All the gatekeepers say. Go along, get along. Go along, get along. Go along. Stay with me, class. Get along. Go along, get along. Go along, get along. Go along, get along, game is real.
Go along, get along, gang. Say,
Go along, get along, game is real.
There's no go along, get along, gang.
Go along, get along, game. Say,
Go along, get along, gang is real.
Go along, get along, game. Go along, get along, game.
Go along, get along. Go along, get along. Stay with me, class. Go along, get along, gang. Go along, get along.
Go along, get along. Go along, get along. Go along, stay with me, class. Get along. Go along, get along. Go along, get along. Mama's cooking. My mama's cooking. Why? Get a little taste of mama's cooking. Mama's cooking. Mama's cooking. Get a little taste of mama's cooking. Why? Get a little taste of mama's cooking. Mama's cooking. Mama's cooking. Get a little taste of mama's cooking. Mama's cooking. Mama's cooking. Mama's cooking. Mama's cooking. Mama's cooking. There's a new sheriff in town, bitches. Get a little taste of mama's cooking. Mama's cooking. Mama's cooking. Get a little taste of mama's cooking. 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 Fuck you, talking about, nigga. My mama's cooking. My mama's cooking. My mama's cooking. Bitch, you can't do it. I'm gonna get a beat to that. Bitch, you can't do it. Bitch, you can't do it. Bitch, you can't do it. I'm gonna slow it down for the Texas nigga. Bitch, you can't do it. Bitch, you can't do it. Bitch, you can't do it. Fuck you, talking about, nigga. Get a little taste of mama's cooking. Mama's cooking. Mama's cooking. Get a little taste of mama's cooking. Why? Get a little taste of mama's cooking. Mama's cooking. Mama's cooking. Get a little taste of mama's cooking. Shit, hey, I'm ready. CP3 said pop quiz. I'm ready. Yep, pop quiz. This half of your grade. It's a clown out there clipping this stuff up. Look at him, he's leading the people. Shut up. This half your grade right here on your final. So yeah, man. But boy, let me get this thing lit first, cause we got a lot to talk about. I'm gonna have to do a Patreon live on this. I'm gonna do a Patreon live on this topic because this is a touchy topic with so many people being named. And I said it before. I said, I mean, they all in the same game. That's why it's the go along, get along game. That's why nothing ever happened. You hear all these things, what happens? You hear this person get charged, that person get charged, and nothing ever happened. Because they know what you did last summer. So that's why I don't get attached to the people. I get attached to the policy. We still govern by these sickos' policy. We're going to really see who in the go along, get along gang now. They naming everybody. They named Jayz. They named Pusha T.
They named Bill Gates. I don't want to drink no water from you. I don't want to from the allegations about you, Bill. You shouldn't be around no plants. They need to shut down all your farms. You're a dirty, dirty son of a gun. You're a dirty son of a gun. That man allegedly in the documents got something from a Russian whore, caught an STD from a Russian worker. And from that STD, he wanted to conceal the fact that he had an STD. So he emails Jeffrey Epstein, hey, I don't want to deal with you no more, buddy, but I need you to give me some STD pills so I can give some to my wife. I think I done gave her some of that shit. Oh, nasty, dirty Bill. Oh, Wild Bill. Hey, that's your new name, Wild Bill. No wonder you had to give up so much of that Bitcoin. I said, dang, here I am thinking you a nice guy, Bill. I'm thinking, I said, man, he gave her a couple million, like a chunk of Bitcoin, millions, before the divorce started really going good. I'm like, damn, this is a nice dude. He just gave out billions to his wife. She ain't gonna be tripping about taking him to court. He already just ran them pockets already. And it really is just hush money. Oh, sorry, he go 40-something million for giving you the clap, allegedly, for having you sizzling down there. He go 40 million. He's talking about horny Bill. Oh, horny Bill, like a Russian, they say. Got to be more careful. All the stuff they said in that goddamn thing, boy, all the people I've been right this whole time. All the people they tell you that you should like, you probably shouldn't like them. Bill is known as a philanthropist. He's a nice man, nice guy. You know? Bill's a nice guy. But he's not so nice to his wife, allegedly, based on the court documents. This is not me judging Bill. This is me speaking about the court documents, the federal documents that are on X. So I have no judgment. This is not to shame. I'm just saying they say he was hotter than fish grease down there at one point when he was messing with Jeffrey Epstein. And then Melania Trump, oh Lord, Melania, you said you ain't had no dealings with Epstein. Melania, you said you had no dealing with Epstein. Well, based on what they said in the email, Melania, turned out you might be capping. It turns out you might be saying that he looked good and all kind of stuff. Yeah. How you ain't got no relationship with him, but you talking about he looked good and she looked good and hit me up when you get down to Florida or you get back to New York. That's what the email is alleging that you said, Melania. So all y'all been cool with the Epstein, huh? Every last one of them been cool with the Epstein. They say wine horse or whatever that little nasty son of a, that one that's already in jail. Oh. Woo! Yeah, but that son bitch Harvey Weinstein, the slime, no good slime back that he is, he already locked up for life. They say he come in and they was doing like a finger test on doing some inappropriate finger things to underage girls to test them out for who gonna sell who, how much they go for based on tightness or something crazy. Like it's so nasty you don't even want to read that shit. But the allegations are disgusting. They got Trump in there with allegations of a girl allegedly bit him down there on the private parts, and she was a 13-year-old girl by her recollection. So they got they got Elon Musk in that thing. They got them all. One of the attorney general, a lawyer or something, I can't remember his doggone name. What's his name? Let me see the title. William Barr. You can't read some of this shit, man. It's so vulgar that these men are accused of. It's really hard to report on this shit. And it's going to be some people defending these people. And here's where it gets tricky, because it's hard to know, and this is how they made it this way. It's hard to know what's real and what's fake, because now they've made it to where you really can't trust the information, because you've seen them go after people based on whether they like them or not. So now you have people questioning, is this just another situation where this is a witch hunt after this type of person or that person, or is it real? And that's why you can't go after people just because you don't like them. Go after them when it's real. And if any of these allegations are real, these all are some nasty, some of them beep. If any of these allegations real. See, I ain't in the go along, get along game. I'll be out here bumping YG if any of these allegations are real. If they're proven to be real, you'll see. And that's why you got to stop the attachment to people. You don't know what people are capable of. Now, mom is the word. Boy, there's people around here shocked themselves a bit. They don't know what to say. Some people, you know how many people tied to Bill Gates, Donald Trump, Melania Trump? Ain't nobody come to her movie premiere. Probably because they knew what was in these allegations. And all of these people were talking to Epstein. And I know they're going to pump up the one about Melania Trump. They're going to make that go crazy that she emailed them that she looked good. But what's more crazy is that Epstein was texting a goddamn Democrat during a trial. So don't act like Epstein is on both. That's why I say Epstein was on both sides of the aisle. He was goddamn getting them Republicans, they getting their freak on, and he was getting the Democrats getting their freak on. And they all know it. That's why none of them want to see any of them go down. Because they'll go along, get along, gang. And the only way to go along, get along, gang works is that if everybody is sworn to secrecy. Jayz said it in his song. He a part of the organization. The only thing he needs is loyalty or some shit. He a part of a secret society. Yeah. He said it in a song. You thought he was bullshit, huh? Not. Yeah. Shout out the Worldwide West. They'll make it be a worldwide mess. Yeah. He ain't capping in his rap. Them people playing in y'all face. They be having all these goddamn imagery, devil worshiping right in your goddamn face. And we be like, nah, she ain't doing that because you already like them. And you don't want to do nothing about it because you already committed. You committed your money. You done committed your time. You and all your, where all you and your homegirls gonna go now if you don't go to Beyonce concert? You gotta overlook that she worshiping the devil. You can't say nothing about that because y'all need this time away from y'all man. And some of y'all got another man when y'all going to see Beyonce satanic ass, so you can't judge her that much. So yeah, you gonna still go. You're going to still pay that $2,000 a ticket. Yeah, you go pay it. You know, hey, you know that what we're doing. How Tears say, you know that what we're doing. And they know that what we're doing. Y'all know that motherfucker. Y'all know this Luciferian shit. Boy, it make them lyrics that them rappers be singing a hit different now. Molly all in my champagne. You ain't even know it. Damn. All these girls speak about blacking out and not remembering. This shit hitting different now. These songs hitting different. I think these rappers been snitching on themselves for a long time. I think the Feds gonna start combing through every goddamn on lyric, line by line. R. Kelly been telling on himself for goddamn 20 years. It seemed like you're ready. Girl, are you ready? We thought he was singing it to an adult. Ain't no goddamn adult. It seemed like they ready. If it was a 35-year-old, 40-year-old lady, she'd have been all over his ass. He was probably singing that shit to them little middle school. I think these rappers been putting the truth in their rap for years. The Feds need to goddamn do a deep dive into these old school singers too. These little nasty, freaky mother truckers. He said Trump team Nation. That shit wild. You won't get no argument out of me. You gonna hear some people trying to argue, man, shit. Who? You won't get no argument out of me. I'm a policy dude anyway. But you won't get no argument out of me. If somebody did this, cook them. Cook them. But it gotta be the equal smoke though. It gotta be equal smoke. Y'all gotta look at it from an equal lens. Both sides was dealing with Jeffrey Epstein. One side is getting direct text messages while proceeding in a trial where they're voting on things, where they can find, somebody can get in trouble, somebody can go to jail. A congressional hearing, Epstein had enough power to be able to text this woman while she's in the hearing and while he's in jail. That's a little bit different than an email saying that, even though it still proved that she lied. I can call out the lie. She lied. You got these people live, Jack. You hit them up on an email. That's a relationship. I ain't hitting nobody up on no email telling them how good they look. But one is way more devastating than the other. Even though both is alarming. Not alarming to me. I already told you. They both are, there's some good people in the group and there's some horrible people in the group on both sides. They got to be checked evenly. And this is why you don't get attachment to people. You learn the policies, you vote the policy. Because regardless of what you say about the people, these broken people are still going to create policy. And the more they introduce AI, it's going to be harder for you to choose who's good and who's bad. Because all it's going to become is who has the biggest smear campaign. So I learned to take that out the way and say, you know what? Who's saying the thing that's going to help benefit society? And if whoever has more checks on that side of the aisle, that's the person, that's the thing that I'll go with. Because you'll never be able to decide who to vote for. You might well not even vote if you're going off who's doing what in their personal life. Because to get to that level, in my opinion, they all dirty, rotten criminals. to a degree. To a degree. So let me put this video on right here. I was watching earlier. Let me speed it up for y'all. I don't know how this thing got in vertical mode.
She deserves. She thought this was going to be her big weekend with her theatrical release of Melania, which has been the biggest disaster in movie industry history. Nobody would get her document. Epstein's co-conspirator, who wow, is it damaging? Here's the email dated October 23rd, 2002. Subject high. From Melania to Ghislaine Maxwell at the height of Ghislaine Maxwell and Jeffrey Epstein's sex trafficking ring. Dear G, that was the nickname that Melania had for Ghislaine Maxwell. Dear G, exclamation point. Hey, but Melania, didn't you say you didn't have a relationship with Ghislaine or Jeffrey? Well, let's go on and keep reading this email. Dear G, how are you? Nice story about J.E., Jeffrey Epstein in New York Magazine. You look great on the picture. I know you are very busy flying all over the world. How is Palm Beach? I cannot wait to go down. Give me a call when you are back in New York. Have a great time. Love, Melania. Wasn't that New York Magazine around the time when Donald Trump said Jeffrey Epstein is a great guy who likes women on the younger side? Isn't that the time when Donald Trump brought the Mar-a-Lago spa with underage girls to...
Man. See what I'm saying? So it's like, you can't put your faith in people if any of this stuff is true. Because some of these stories are some wild stories. But again, you can't put nothing past nobody, especially people that you don't know. You can't put nothing past nobody. Hearing that, and a lot of people like to turn up, and y'all know how our culture is, and hearing that this young lady is saying that there's people that are like handlers over girls that are involved in keeping them drugged up, getting them from place to place. And you remember a lot of these girls are saying when they get discovered, they're disoriented, they're drugged out, but they all have the same story. They were with a celebrity, they end up passing out, and they woke up somewhere, they didn't know where the heck they was at, and they was great. They had the same story. He said, what? Pizzagate. Salute, Nate. That was before Jeffrey Epstein was ever convicted. Yeah, but it was wild. I think that he was in trial right there. So you could give her a pass saying she just reached out to somebody who wasn't convicted. But the thing that they got her on is that she said she didn't have no relationship with him. All she had to do was say, yes, I had a relationship with them once upon a time, but once we found the news out, we ended that friendship. But everybody ran from Jeffrey so quick that people just wanted to cut their association with him, period, because they knew how bad it was going to look. So everybody acted like they didn't know him. He was the cool cat at the party for celebrities, and then everybody act like they ain't know him. So that's what's crazy about the whole situation. Somebody said all the files are not released yet. If all the files ain't released, that's crazy. With all of these, I believe it's all these celebrities, to be honest. All your A-list celebrities, I told you, there's a go along, get along game. And if you notice, what goes on is it's either underage, you know what, or it's what is it? Homosexual sex. SEX. He's either homosexual or it's underage. You don't never really hear the A-listers just, if it was just straight up transactional, they were just, doing what age-old men that have money do, with the oldest profession in the world. You would think that you would just hear on the federal taps that they just buying prostitutes. But it's not that. It's always when it goes to the highest of the high, it's either male on male or it is underage. Now Bill Gates, on the other hand, he just seemed like a straight up Wild Bill. Now Bill Gates might just be Wild Bill. He like them Russian thoughts. Now they very attractive in the movies, but he just don't understand. They don't got access to the type of health care we got over here. So he got caught riding dirty. Wild Bill, they caught you riding dirty. Caught you riding dirty. Yeah, boy, you got caught riding dirty. She put you in that meat grinder. And that's what these women don't like. They don't like an old nasty, filthy cheat like old Wild Bill. A lot of these ladies, they'll let you get away with cheating. They want you to wrap that thing up so you don't get that nasty juice on them. But Wild Bill was out there wild billing it up, allegedly. And they say he had an ST to the D. It's all about blackmail each other. He said, Bill Gates, I see why your wife left you. Yeah, she caught that nigga dropping shit in her drink. Can you imagine her creeping around the corner, seeing Bill old ass hovered over her cup? She probably was like, I don't want nothing to drink right now. Why every time you keep trying to bring me some water that tastes funny? No, honey, you need this lemon water. I don't want no lemon water today. I want prune juice. No, you got to drink this with lemon water for 7 days. Well, damn it, baby, why? She probably had that water tested. She probably was smart as hell, too. Had that water tested. Thought he was trying to offer and found out it was penicillin in the damn water. She thought that lemon taste that he was trying to mask that penicillin with. Bill glasses fell off while he jumped. She was right behind him. He was trying to crush them peels down. Imagine him trying to explain why he crushing up peels and trying to squeeze lemon juice in her cup. Imagine him trying to explain what that substance is. That's a hard one to get her to drink that shit. She probably went and got divorced right away. Wild Bill. Some revenge on the third. Oh, Wild Bill. A lot of them have Russian kids. Man, just imagine if they can break the NDAs some of these A-listers like Bill Gates and these guys. Imagine if you could break the NDAs and see what they actually like in real life. I bet you they ain't nothing like people who think they is. Boy, look at here. They wouldn't call Bill Gates a philanthropist if he ain't have all them alleged NDAs. Because I don't know. I'm just saying. It'll be wild, I believe. But these are the people that everybody looking up to. Bill and Hillary running from testifying. Bill and Hillary better not go testify. They had to go to jail. They better not. I'll run too if I was Bill and Hillary. Shit. The hell I look like going up there and saying something that I could be held in contempt for perjury. Man, please. I'm not going up there. Y'all can talk about me all you want to. I'm not going up there. Y'all could be like, Kwame keeps it real. I know he going up there. Shit. Kwame goddamn ain't keeping it real today. I would not go up there on that stand and perjure myself. Now if I did something. Now if I ain't do nothing, I'll sit up there and say, look here, man. I ain't do Jack Judy. But if I did something, I ain't going up there. If it was an inkling or something that I thought I could make a mistake on, I'm not going up there because that's all they need. All they need is Bill to say anything inconsistent with what they know or what they find. And boy, they can goddamn yes, sir. So no, sir, I would not be saying a goddamn on thing. I'd be like that dude in that movie, Bad Boy. I don't know nothing. I'd be like that Haitian, that blonde Haitian in Bad Boy. I don't know nothing. I don't know Jack Judy. You only have the live vertical. I don't know why this shit vertical. You know, I don't be on this channel like that, but you know. How many people are allowed to keep this stuff on the hush? Shit. Well, I don't even want to think about that. Yeah, I don't want to think about nothing like that at all. All I know is, hey, people so set in their ways. The information ain't even gonna matter. Like it's gonna matter to me. It matters to me. It confirms exactly what I thought. Yeah, it confirmed exactly what I thought. You mind your business when it comes to acting like you know these people. Keep your emotions out of it. Then what are you looking for in this situation? And that's it. I'm thinking about me in the situation. What am I looking to get? Sidewalk for sure. They coming in, getting in my mix, hating on me on the sidewalk. I don't know why these cats be hating on me so much. That shit be hilarious to me. I be out the way. Don't even be in these cats' lane. They'll reach out, look over, be watching me to try to give an unnecessary critique or hate. It's like, boy, look at here. And y'all know who I'm talking about, that little chubby weasel. But a lot of them cats, they do the same thing. That's how they do in real life. Y'all, they be watching another man. These dudes are into men. They'll throw their little shade and tell you what they see in you, what you should be. These Negroes will put their eyes on you. Think about what they would do if they was you. And if you don't do what they would do if they were you, then they don't like you. That's how weird these people done got in this world. You what? You feel better? You feel better? Oh, I gotta get me another swagger ass power up. I got dang on. Hold on. Let me play the video. Gotta find my swagger.
Jeffrey Epstein's home a few miles down the road in Palm Beach. Isn't that around the time where Virginia Giuffre was sex trafficked underage from Mar-a-Lago by Jeffrey Epstein? But I thought Melania said she had no connections with Ghislaine and Jeffrey Epstein. So, well, we did know that you had the photos with Ghislaine and Jeffrey Epstein, but you said, hey, there are just photos with people. That doesn't prove anything. Seems like you all knew each other based on this email. So let me get this straight, Melania, and tell me if I got my facts here. So you threatened to sue Michael Wolff, Donald Trump's autobiographer, and someone who was thinking about writing an autobiography for Jeffrey Epstein and met with Jeffrey Epstein for many hours. You threatened to sue Wolff for $1 billion if he didn't retract statements that were made saying that you had certain relationships with Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine. You said that what Wolff was saying was completely false and utterly defamatory, and you said you would sue him for $1 billion unless he said he was sorry and unless he retracted his articles and profusely apologized. So he doesn't say he's sorry. In fact, Michael Wolff sues you in New York State court. You don't countersue him. You run away and avoid service so Michael Wolff can't serve you with the complaint. Then you following me? Then you go to federal court and say to a federal judge, hey, can you transfer this case to Florida or dismiss it because Michael Wolff has not been able to serve me because you've been hiding from him. Then we get to this weekend after you're trying to dismiss Michael Wolff's lawsuit. You're not filing any countersuits after claiming you were going to sue him for $1 billion. Then you launch your Melania movie. Jeff Bezos pays you $40 million as a licensing fee to tell some BS version of your.
God, dog. Jeff Bezos gave her $40 million to tell her story. Hey, Jeff Bezos, I got a story to tell. Hey, hit me up. I got a bust story to tell you. It could be $1 billion story, Jeff. Hell yeah. I need more than the 40 million for the billion. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, you can throw it over there in your market. I got the urban market. Let's talk. Let's talk turkey.
Life story or your background. An additional $35 million for marketing promotion in a theatrical release across the country in the biggest movie failure in history, Melania, where you tried to tell some bogus propagandized version of your past. And while you were doing that and making all of these appearances on state regime media, which calls itself Foxx, while the nation is suffering because of your family and your husband, karma struck. And we learned about your dark past right there in the emails from the DOJ release, from your husband's DOJ release that he weaponized, making sure that you were utterly exposed. I mean, we're seeing it right there. Let's take a look at how The Guardian describes the worst movie ever, which is the Melania movie, that everybody's laughing at Melania and mocking her right now. Here's what it says. No doubt there is a great documentary to be made about Melania Naus, the ambitious model from out of Slovenia who married a New York real estate mogul and then found herself cast in the role of a latter-day Eva Braun. But the horrific Melania movie emphatically isn't it. It's one of those rare unicorn films that doesn't have a single redeeming quality. I'm not even sure it qualifies as a documentary.
Damn, he dissing Melania movie, man. Come on, dog. You don't gotta diss her movie like that. I was letting you go. I was letting him ride for a minute, but dang, bro. I can see now he's just a Melania hater. At least she tried. God dang. Don't that sound like hate there? I thought he was unbiased and he was just reporting on the news. That sounded like that was personal. Somebody said, dang, yeah, but God, dog. Hey, you a little too aggressive, buddy. Yeah, I had to drop him down. He too aggressive. Let's see what CNN and Fox News had to say about this here. That's what I want to know. What did Fox and CNN say about this? And we can compare and contrast. Let's go with CNN first. Because theirs going to be all about Trump. They ain't going to see Jayz, nobody. Epstein files has reference to Trump. I told you. The only person they know is goddamn Donald J. Trump. They got his name up there right off the rip. So yeah, let's see what the fuck CNN got to say. Cause we need to hear what they got to say so we can hear from their perspective. Because it's all about perspectives. They're gonna report on the news from different angles, and then you can decide which angle do you agree with more, or is it a little bit down the middle. You can't be that squeamish person. I don't want to talk to these people. Talk to everybody.
Videos and 180,000 images. CNN teams are carefully sifting through the largest, and what the Justice Department says is the last, batch of Jeffrey Epstein files. It's an enormous trove of documents, and it includes references to some of the richest and most powerful people on the planet. That includes the current president, a former president, cabinet secretaries, a former prime minister, billionaires, and the list goes on and on and on. The Justice Department says tonight that its job is done.
We complied with the statute, we complied with the act, and there is no, we did not protect President Trump, we didn't protect or not protect anybody. I mean, I think that there's a hunger or a thirst for information that I do not think will be satisfied by the review of these documents.
I should note that just because someone is mentioned in these documents does not mean that they've been accused of wrongdoing or did anything wrong. Many of these claims are unverified or they rely on secondhand information. But these are the key findings our team has uncovered so far, and I should note, millions of pages have come out. We are still digging right now in this hour. Donald Trump's name appears thousands of times in these new documents. In some, he's merely mentioned in emails that Jeffrey Epstein sent to other people, but the files also contain a complaint from a woman who accused Trump of raping her in 1994 when she was just 13 years old. According to the FBI document, this accuser, who is identified as Jane Doe, said that Jeffrey Epstein was, quote, angry that Trump was the one to take her virginity and that she was also raped by Jeffrey Epstein. This woman had previously launched lawsuits against Trump and dropped them. The last one happened right before the 2016 election. The president has previously denied these allegations. Also included in today's release was a list of sexual assault allegations related to the president compiled by the FBI in August, many of which appear to have come from unverified tips. We don't know why tonight the FBI made this list, and there are more than a dozen allegations that are included in it. But recall what the
Because I go over both sides. I like to cover both sides so people can hear it from both perspectives. Whether you agree or not, you should be able to stomach whatever they're saying. You can decipher whether you believe it's true or not. But I do think we need to hear it from their angle, and then we can hear it from Fox's angle. And you can tell if they BSing or not.
the president has previously said about these documents, about the Jeffrey Epstein files. He said that they are a hoax and that the release of them could ruin people's reputations.
I know it's a hoax. It's started by Democrats. It's been run by the Democrats for 4 years. You had Christopher Wray and these characters and Comey before him.
I would say that, these files were made up by Comey. They were made up by Obama. They were made up by the Biden. We went through years of that with the Russia hoax, with all of the different things that we had to go through. We've gone through years of it.
Just to be clear, Christopher Wray was the president's pick for FBI.
So now Trump is saying that they made up the documents like they did the Russia hoax. So his defense is that the documents are fake, I guess. Interesting.
Director that he put into that job. This also comes as we're learning for the first time about Jeffrey Epstein's contact with Elon Musk. You may remember Elon Musk dropped what he described as a really big bomb last year. And Trump was in the Epstein files, and that was the real reason that they had not been made public. Well, it turns out, based on what we saw today, Musk is also Epstein files. Emails show that he tried coordinating multiple visits to Jeffrey Epstein's private island. And one from 2013, Elon Musk asked Jeffrey Epstein, when should we head to your island? The year before, he said, what day night would be the wildest party on your island? Now, this is after Musk claimed, in all caps, I should note, last year that, quote, Epstein tried to get me to go to his island, and I refused. Musk's representatives did not immediately respond to CNN's request for comment for explanation for those emails and that contact. And speaking of distancing and denials, recall what President Trump's Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick said just last year about a 2005 encounter that he had with Epstein at his Manhattan townhouse.
I say to him, massage table in the middle of your house? How often do you have a massage? And he says, every day. And then he gets weirdly close to me. And he says, and the right kind of massage. And in the 6 or 8 steps it takes to get from his house to my house, my wife and I decided that I will never be in the room with that disgusting person ever again.
Okay, so that was 2005. The files released today show that Howard Lutnick tried to meet or call with Epstein several times after 2005, much longer after. A 2011 email to Jeffrey Epstein from his assistant reads, "Howard Lutnick will come see you at 5 p.m. That same year, the heading of an alarm message reads, "Drinks with Howard Lutnick." And Lutnick also emailed Jeffrey Epstein's assistant in 2015, inviting Epstein to a Democratic fundraiser for Hillary Clinton that he was hosting. Asked for comment on these emails and the correspondence between the two, a spokesperson for the Commerce Department told CNN Secretary Lutnick had limited interactions with Mr. Epstein in the presence of his wife and has never been accused of wrongdoing.
God, no. Hey, man, you gotta love it, boy. Politics, you gotta love it. Hey, remember when the dude, what's his name? Andrew Gillum was running around here pointing everybody out, calling them this, calling Trump this, saying Trump was an adulterer, or he was saying all kind of stuff, saying he was a Christian and he had a black wife and kids, and boy, everything messed up because either he took a little bit too many of them pills or drugs on that hotel floor, or either that white boy pounded him to sleep, Paul. Either way, he fucked up. Either way, I think God ain't had nothing to do with that. He let him have his freedom of choice on that one. The man not only cheated on his wife, he cheated on his wife and the black community. Why he ain't get one of them dudes that beat up Jesse Smollett on the fake tip? I'm tired of seeing all these people that talk all the pro-black shit, but they be getting slam bam by, hey, Paul and them. Shout out to Paul. Andrew Gillum, that's another reason. I say, man, he a no good brother. He talk all this black stuff and couldn't even give a brother a chance. Yeah, he should have gave another black brother a chance, man. But no, man, you went to the white man. Damn. It's crazy. Yes, he was a little monster. That's crazy, bro. Trump is the president right now. Yeah, I call them all out. Those things that they're claiming that Trump did, if they prove them to be true, it's over with. Yeah, they got to dismiss Trump cheating on his wife, because Andrew Gillum cheated on his wife, and that goddamn on white boy, he was a Chippendale. It looked like had him on the floor slump. I thought somebody knocked him out. I thought he got into a fight. I'm like, what the? They had the pills spread out. Trump cheated on all his wives. No, he did not. That man, you heard what Kevin Samuels said. He exercised his option. He a goddamn billionaire. What you expect? You think he wanted that one coochie? Come on now, y'all. Hey, us men, we understand. We don't think Trump did nothing wrong. Only in the eyes of himself, his wife, and God. We ain't got nothing to do with that. $1 billion? Shit. I might get me 2 wives. Buy one from Africa, buy one from India, buy one for Asia. I'll turn it to a wallet mouth. I'll just be buying wives out here. So I don't get me 2. Buy me 3, 4 wives and shit. Let's just ride out. If somebody asks what we doing, just tell them they know that what we doing. Yeah, just that be the phrase. They know that what we doing. That'll explain it all. They know that what we're doing. They be like, "Are y'all all of y'all together? All y'all saying it together?" They know that what we're doing. Yeah. Talk about all presidents cheat. Now they mad when Trump cheat. When Bill cheated, they were saying he was black. That's what I'm saying. We don't keep it real no more. We used to keep it real. You could depend on somebody black to keep it real. Whether you liked it or not, we was going to tell the unadulterated truth. Now, man, we going to lie like a mug. We going to lie like a rug, boy. Especially if somebody got a check. We going to lie. Well, shit, man, I ain't finna, you know what I'm saying, get in bro business or nothing, you know what I'm saying? I ain't seen nothing. We saw every damn thing. Come on, stop it, KB. I'm just saying. Shit crazy, man. We gon' cap, man. We love Bill when he did it. It was niggas out there talking about Bill Clinton, the first black president, man. Shit, he got head in the White House. Shit, can't nobody tell me nothing. What? Tell me this, dear. Tell me this. What other president got some head in the White House? That's some nigga shit. Y'all know how we do. That's what a nigga would do. So yeah, man, he the first black president. But when it comes to goddamn on Trump, you got Negroes out there talking about, man, he ain't right. He cheating on his woman and stuff. You know what I'm saying? I thought he was a Christian. I'm sitting here like, nigga, you just left Puerto Rico. Shut up. You just left Puerto Rico. But you want to talk about Trump. Do your wife know you was just in the Dominican Republican, nigga? And you damn sure ain't go over there for the Mai Tais either. We just be lying now. I don't understand this shit. And then when I come around telling the truth, they be acting like I'm lying. They be mad as fuck. I be like, what you mad at me for? Because you a lie. You mad at the truth because you a lie. You gotta let that lie. You a lie. That's why you mad at the truth. I can't help that. No, Trump ain't no better, but you can't act like they ain't the same goddamn. They the same. Who the hell telling y'all who to like and what to like them based on what? Because everything you can say about one, you can say about the other. You just ain't discovered the file yet. Yeah, they just ain't released his file yet. Motherfucking president sitting on somebody's wall in a dress. Hey, look, that's a damn shame. Bill was our commander-in-chief, and he's sitting there in a damn dress on some rich billionaire pedophile wall. What the hell did that tell you what he think about Bill? Boy, what the hell are you, Bill? I don't get it. And people was coming over this man's house, seeing our sitting president in that way. At the time, that was our president. In a damn dress for royalty to see. They say Prince Harry, one of the princes or something. I don't know which prince it was. It was one of the damn princes was over there too. Yeah, they had this man in high heels and a blue dress on a wall. This is the mightiest, the greatest country ever. Strongest military. Leader up there in a dress. Man. They all got their what? Oh, man. And now it's making me believe that show 24, where they went up to the president and said, look here, if your wife is the best option for you right now, that's cool. But if she don't become the best option for you, we'll do anything we need to do to make sure you are happy. And if that's bringing in a couple Russian I believe they'll go get a couple of Russian thoughts and have a president in the West Wing doing the money thing. Yeah, that's what I think. In 24, that's what they were saying. That's what I believe they'll do for the president. Anything they need to do to keep them happy. Because a happy president, happy country. Can't have no wife drama when the president trying to make a decision if he gonna push the button. The president need to be calm. What better way to calm a man? Now, this underage stuff, no sir. But I believe that they get them older women as well, paid women. That's what I believe. But anybody who did something illegal need to get their drawers kicked in their behind. Point blank period. If we always talk about nobody is above the law, but then when we find out powerful people did something, we be scared as shit to do something about it. Oh, no, wait, oh, wait a minute, they got money. I thought you said fuck they money. Y'all be scared as hell, boy. Be believing in God like a mug until you hear a name that somebody that got $1 billion. Oh, wait a minute now, he got $1 billion. I'm scared, Lord. Be saying the Lord's name and saying scared. I'm scared, Lord God. I'm not. I ain't gonna do it. That's crazy. You got the tag on the back of your car. Too blessed to be stressed. But you scared than a mother trucker. Scared. That's why nothing never changed. People scared. People be scared of confrontation. They be scared to confront people in their own family. That's why I don't give a fuck who you is. Like, if there's a problem, I'm going to confront you. Look, bro, chill. And I ain't even got to be violent with you. Please excuse my friend KB. He's on that swagger dash. He knows not what he does. I sure don't. I know not what I do. I'm just driving. I'm just navigating the world. Yeah, they be scared to speak up. Yo, man, go around. There you go. Thank you. Shit, I'm going fast enough, buddy. You're about to get a ticket in 3, 2. That boy's stupid. Oh, what I did, JJ, though, because they said blame it on the weed. What I did. I'm looking. I'm in the chat. I'm still belt level. All right, let me play a little more of this video. That might be what I did. It took so long to play the damn video.
Some of the victims of Epstein have expressed frustration with the entire process. I want to give you the opportunity to speak directly to them.
Well, I don't know what you're speaking to. I mean, if there's frustration with, quote, the entire process, same here. I mean, you have a situation where for many, many years, nobody even breathed a word about Jeffrey Epstein. And then all of a sudden, it was all anybody would talk about. Listen, victims of Mr. Epstein have gone through unspeakable pain. And there's nobody that should say anything differently. I hope that the work that the men and women within this department have done over the past 2 months hopefully is able to bring closure.
And tonight we are hearing directly from Jeffrey Epstein's survivors who are angry, some of them frustrated that their names showed up unredacted in the files that came out today, despite what we heard from the Justice Department about a pledge to prioritize their privacy. More than a dozen of the survivors issued a new joint statement. It reads in part, "This latest release of Jeffrey Epstein files is being sold as transparency, but what it actually does is expose survivors. Once again, survivors are having their names and identifying information exposed, while the men who abused us remain hidden and protected. That is outrageous. As survivors, we should never be the ones named, scrutinized, and re-traumatized, while Epstein's enablers continue to benefit from secrecy. This is a betrayal of the very people this process is supposed to serve." One of the Epstein survivors who signed that statement is Jess Michaels, who says she was sexually assaulted by Jeffrey Epstein when she was 22 years old. And Jess joins me now. And thank you for being here on a day like today. We've spoken with many of the survivors on this show before, and I know it's not an easy conversation to have. So I really do appreciate you joining us. When you heard the Deputy Attorney General today talking about closure, is that what you feel after this release?
Firstly, thank you so much, Caitlin, not only for having me on, but for continually having Epstein survivors on so that our voices are heard. There is not a single bit of closure today. I actually brought a little show and tell for you, Caitlin.
Dang, that's unfortunate. I thought she was gonna say yes. This brings me peace. This brings me closure. She said no. They're gonna give her no closure. So dang, that means she's still gonna be tormented by her dreams and tormented by what's going on. Do I need to call YouTube and get your channel back? What channel? This one? What happened now? But man, like I said, I thought this would give this woman closure. But that's unfortunate that she's saying it won't. Yeah, that's very unfortunate because that means that, you know, whatever this man did to her, whatever dreams she's having, she's gonna continue to have. Her fight and her nightmare to get over this is not over yet.
You know how I heard you speaking with the attorney before this about the 302s, and this is what the only 302 that could be found so far in the files by someone that was combing the files for hours. It was 7 pages, and 4 of them looked like this. So we know that the victim's name is here, right? And that's appropriately redacted. So what is all of this? So there's no way for me to say to you that there's closure here. This is the exact opposite of transparency.
I mean, it must be so frustrating for you to look at that and to see just completely blacked out in the entire page.
And then we've seen pages where they're blacked out and the only thing not blacked out was a survivor's name. It is such incompetence. It is sloppy. I mean, if any one of us did our jobs the way the DOJ did this job, we wouldn't be working humans. We would lose our job. We would lose our place in a company.
Well, you can't necessarily blame the DOJ. You know who the hell they work for? Yeah, you know, hey, you know, I'm a wink, wink. You know who they work for? You're fired. Yeah, do you know who they work for? Yeah, man, no. Yeah, it's over with. They can't do nothing. Their hands are tied. They had to redact that stuff, I believe. They said, we're going to release all the files. Half the page black. We're going to release all the files. What? What are you asking me for? Yeah, page 8 through 7 is all black. But listen here. These are the files. Everything else is national security. All right? All right. Get out of here.
because this particular job has been so egregiously done, horrifically done.
If you had been at that press conference today at the Justice Department, what do you think you would have asked?
I would have asked, then what's this? What is missing from this page? Because one of the things that he said was about the fact that there's no list of men, there's no treasure trove of men. Then what is this? What is missing here? This is not a survivor's name. There's no survivor's name that is this long. So what I'd like to ask any of them in the Department of Justice is, what is this? This is a victim statement. The only thing that was supposed to be redacted was her name. So this is clearly protecting someone, something.
Because what would be in there would be, theoretically, and what we've seen from other 302s is that's when they interview someone who has filed a complaint, and that's their account of what happened to them.
Exactly. And so to stand on that podium and say, well, there's no names here, and to hear for months now, there's nothing in this, there's
What they said Jayz did in the files. There was a young lady, an underage lady, alleging that she woke up to Jayz in the room with her. And I think she alleged Pusha T was her handler. Yeah, she alleged that Jayz and Epstein put his fingers up her lady parts, and Jayz was there. And that's what she's saying. And yeah, and they said, and then Pusha T is supposedly some handler.
no reason. But then there should be no reason to have a black page. If there's nothing there, then what are you redacting? That's what I would have said to him.
Jess Michaels, I'm sorry. I really am, because I'm sure it's frustrating, incredibly frustrating. I don't even know if that puts it, even sums up the feeling.
Yeah.
But I am grateful that you're willing to come on and share that and let people know how you feel about what came out today.
Thank you for having me.
Jess Michaels, thank you for your time.
All right, that was CNN. Let's go to Fox. Some people gonna come back in the chat. Some people gonna leave. Oh. Let's find it. I don't even see it. Let's say, let's say did it a while ago. Uh-oh. Not good. I don't see nothing on it. I am driving, so let me make sure. Did anybody see Fox say anything about it? I don't see it. I don't see it. Fox covered it. Hold on, let me go to Fox. Fox News. All right, hold on.
Morning. President Trump signed the Epstein Files Transparency Act into law on November 19th, 2025, directing the Department of Justice to produce all documents, files, records, videos, and images related to the investigations and prosecutions of Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell. I'm here today to talk about the department's compliance with its production obligations under the Act. Around, I think right now, and continuing throughout the day to day, as the indexing and uploading completes, we are producing responsive materials under the Act. We are also releasing today a letter we are transmitting to Congress and various internal protocols associated with our review. I want to take a moment to thank the professionals at the Department of Justice who met twice daily, sometimes more, for the last 75 days to get to where we are today. The leadership teams from the Office of the Attorney General, from the Deputy Attorney General's Office, the Associate Attorney General's Office, the Criminal Division, the National Security Division, the FBI, the Southern District of Florida, the Southern District of New York, and the Northern District of New York all gave up many hours every single day on top of their other, of course, full-time obligations to fulfill the President Trump's promise of transparency to the American people. I also want to thank the more than 500 lawyers and professionals across all those divisions that I just mentioned and others who worked long days, nights, weekends, Christmas, New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, nights, weekends, and holidays to complete this production. These highly trained reviewers spend their careers putting bad guys in jail and effectuating the mission of the department. And to a person, they work tirelessly to protect victims and comply with the Act since its passage. So thank you to all of them. Today, we are producing more than 3 million pages, including more than 2,000 videos and 180,000 images. In total, that means that the department produced approximately 3.5 million pages in compliance with the Act. Just a quick note about the videos and images. The 2,000 videos and 180,000 images are not all videos and images taken by Mr. Epstein or someone around him. They include large quantities of commercial pornography and images that were seized from Epstein's devices, but which he did not take or that someone around him did not take. Some of the videos, though, and some of the images do appear to be taken by Mr. Epstein or by others around him. Now, I want to talk for a few minutes about the department's document identification and review protocols. It consisted of multiple layers of review and quality control designed to ensure compliance under the Act and protect victims. On top of the review protocols that the department had in place, the United States Attorney's Office for the Southern District of New York employed an additional review protocol to ensure compliance with a court order requiring United States Attorney Jay Clayton to certify that with respect to certain
Paraphrasing, these documents are legit. These are some legit documents. They've been certified, stamped, sealed, so everything in here is part of a federal document or a federal investigation. Doesn't mean they've been proven true. Does not mean that they've been proven true. So let's go forward.
In August, we charged 11 defendants for extensive sex trafficking in Los Angeles of illegal immigrants and underage women. Last month, we charged 5 men who were engaged in a sadistic sextortion network of deranged young men abusing women. Over the past several months, last summer and into the fall, we executed Operation Restore Justice, rescuing 205 child victims and arresting 293 offenders. I point this out because I take umbrage at the suggestion, which is totally false, that the Attorney General or this department does not take child exploitation or sex trafficking seriously, or that we somehow do not want to protect victims. We do. There are some select members of Congress and some in the public eye, including those most critical of our efforts at full transparency under the Act, who remain silent as to all the work that we have done and continue to do every day in this space, while quickly pointing a finger at the Attorney General or this department because we were careful in our review of millions of pages of documents over the past 2 months. The Attorney General, the Director of the FBI, and our partners throughout this administration work hard every single day to protect the most vulnerable among us. With the production of this magnitude, mistakes are inevitable. We, of course, want to immediately correct any redaction errors that our team may have made And so the department has established an email inbox for victims to reach us directly to correct redactions and any concerns when appropriate. That's been in existence since December, and we've been doing that since then. Finally, a very small portion of the documents collected pursuant to the Act include materials that a law firm produced to the SDNY in 2019 pursuant to a grand jury subpoena. This was during the criminal investigation of Ms. Maxwell. We determined it would be prudent to seek an order from the court in the Southern District of New York seeking production of these materials subject to the protective order in that civil lawsuit. To that end, the department has filed that motion with the appropriate judge in the SDNY, and if that motion is granted, we'll release those materials with appropriate redactions immediately. Today's release marks the end of a very comprehensive document identification and review process to ensure transparency to the American people and compliance with the Act. The department has engaged in an unprecedented and extensive effort to do so. After submitting the final report to Congress as required under the Act and publishing the written justifications for redactions in the Federal Register, the department's obligations under the Act will be completed. I'm happy to take any questions anybody has.
So is he saying that they're gonna unredact the redacted? Because I thought they're supposed to release all the files. Why do they have any redaction? If you're releasing all the files, release all the files. We'd like to see them all. I know I would.
About that.
Todd, I'd like to ask you about this, and I have a Minnesota question for you. On the Epstein release today, it was recently made public that Ghislaine Maxwell claims more than 24 men signed secret agreements with the federal government not to be prosecuted. What is your reaction to that, and what does that mean for her case?
I read an article that described, I wasn't aware that it was actual men that she's claiming. I thought it was accomplices, which I'm not sure if that's a reference to some of the financial institutions or other individuals that
25.
So yes, I don't have a reaction to her filing. I can tell you that we reviewed, as I just described, every single piece of paper that we have associated with these investigations, Mr. Epstein and Ms. Maxwell, and to the extent that such arrangements exist, I'm not aware of them.
On to Minnesota, if I may ask you real quick. That's in the topic in the headlines right now. There's new video of a man believed to be Alex Preddy, who's spitting, who's kicking out a taillight of a law enforcement vehicle. Does that change the perception of a potential DOJ investigation? Is there going to be a civil rights investigation into his death? Where does that land now that video's out? Then I have a quick follow-up on that.
I don't think a single video should change any perception the Department of Justice may or may not have about that tragic occurrence last Saturday. We've said repeatedly over the past week that, of course, this is something that we're investigating, and we are. That's what we would always do in circumstances like this. And so there's an investigation that's ongoing, which I'm not going to talk about. But just look, the problem.
That's a really good answer. I'm not about to answer that right now. That's a really good answer. I'm not about to change anything over one video. If we're going to do some research and figure out what's going on, you don't act like YouTubers and go, oh, this video does it. There's other angles. There's other vantage points. There's people that may have been closer to the situation. There's people that might know intent, motive. There's all other factors that they got to investigate first. He said, moving along.
Is an initial reaction to a particular video, one or another. You're talking about one that happened apparently some days ahead of last Saturday. It's an investigation. So an investigation necessarily means just that. It means talking to witnesses. It means looking at documentary evidence, sending subpoenas if you have to. And the Department of Justice Civil Rights Division has the best experts in the world at this. They've been doing it for decades. And so I expect that investigation will proceed with those parameters in mind.
Are you looking at a nexus of left-wing groups? This DOJ said that that's something that you guys were concerned about. Are you following money? Are you looking at a potential that all of this may be related somewhere?
I mean, yes.
Thank you, Mr. Deputy Attorney General. You said in your remarks that you've withheld some documents because of ongoing investigations. I've done this long enough to know you can't comment on ongoing investigations, but can you say a little bit more? Because as you know, the department has been criticized for not bringing charges against more people. Are there still open investigations related to Jeffrey Epstein?
So what I was laying out in my comments is the statutory, what the statute talks about what we can withhold and the reasons we can withhold it. I wasn't pointing to any particular, I wasn't trying to be coy or otherwise suggest there's some investigation. As you all know, Jay Clayton in New York is in charge of any potential investigations, and I'm not going to comment beyond that on that.
Clayton.
Excuse me?
You were referring.
They steady trying to get this man to say something. You can ask this man 5 different ways. He's trained to tell you in 5 different ways. I'm not going to tell you shh. Yeah. I'm not going to tell you suffering succotash. Not going to tell you. Quit asking.
To Clayton's investigation.
I wasn't referring to anything. I was just saying that Congress, in their wisdom, allowed us to withhold documents if there were ongoing criminal investigations. That's one of the 4 reasons. I wanted to make clear with respect to any national security information that we were not withholding. There's not some tranche of super secret documents about Jeffrey Epstein that we're withholding. We're actually not withholding anything based upon NDI.
Deputy Attorney General Prince, thank you for your time. 2 questions for you. Number 1, pushing politics aside and everyone else aside, some of the victims of Epstein have expressed frustration with the entire process. I want to give you the opportunity to speak directly to them.
Well, I don't know what you're speaking to. I mean, if there's frustration with, quote, the entire process, same here. I mean, you have a situation where for many, many years, nobody even breathed a word about Jeffrey Epstein. And then all of a sudden, it was all anybody would talk about going into the last spring and summer, culminating in the passage of the Transparency Act. And President Trump has said for years what I think everybody will find to be exactly true, which is detailing his relationship and lack thereof with Mr. Epstein and what he thought about Mr. Epstein. And notwithstanding what the department has been saying for a very long time, we're still where we are today. Listen, victims of Mr. Epstein have gone through unspeakable pain, and there's nobody that should say anything differently. And I to the extent that there's frustration, I understand where that comes from, just from what we know about Mr. Epstein. I hope that the work that the men and women within this department have done over the past 2 months, hopefully is able to bring closure. I think that what we told our reviewers is that was the goal. You know, there's this mantra out there that, the Department of Justice is supposed to protect Donald J. Trump. And that's what we were telling. That's not true. That was never the case. We are always concerned about the victims. When we said that we were not legally allowed to release documents, that's a fact. That was true. It remains true today. And then with the Act's passage, we are able now and directed to release documents, which is what we are doing. But so hopefully some of those frustrations are now eased. Listen, any victim that wants to speak with the department has done so, hopefully.
Man, so they can just do what they want now. They can just release any document they want. That's crazy, B. That is absolutely insane. Dang, big dog, flying. All right, well, let me pay attention to this road, y'all. I appreciate y'all. I will go live again. I got to pay attention to this traffic. I had another video where these people are driving like bats out of you-know-what. So I'm going to put both hands on the wheel and focus. So I appreciate y'all. Y'all have a blessed day. I'm up out of this thing. I'm gone.